All right, let's get Kelli Johnson is on the air with me right now. How's it going?
It is. I'm great. How you doing, Kenny?
Good, good. Sorry about the little miscommunication. I thought,
No, no. I'm glad to talk to you. I was waiting for you to call, and I thought I
yeah,
might wanted to check. So
yeah. So I guess I didn't. I gave you my number. I didn't know you wanted me to call or whatever, but that's under the bridge at this point. It's
well, I'm
so
glad to finally be talking to you. Sorry,
so
I misunderstood. So.
Yeah, it's all good. So just to clarify, because I've been reading your bio and everything. Are you from
Mhm.
Tennessee or are you from Alabama?
I'm from Alabama originally, and I've just moved this year to Tennessee. So
So you live in Nashville?
yeah, well, it's actually right outside Nashville. It's a little community called Mount Juliet. So
Okay. Well, I'm glad to have you on the show, and let's go ahead and begin. Um, how did you get started in music?
I really don't remember a time when I wasn't in music. Actually, I started singing in church when I was about 4, and every opportunity, talent show or event that I could sing at, I was singing at it at church. And wrote my first song when I was 8, and just it's just always been such a big part of my life. I really don't remember it ever not being something that I did.
So, was there anyone in particular that inspired you, whether it's someone from your church or someone like a music artist or a band that inspired you to get into music?
I think everybody that was doing it inspired me because I wanted to. I listened to everything from Patsy Cline to Metallica to Otis Redding, and Aretha Franklin is still one of my all-time faves. It just like if I saw somebody singing at church, I wanted to do what they did, or if I saw somebody on TV or performing somewhere, I just knew that I wanted to do that. So I kind of tried to learn from everybody that was doing it, and I think that's helped me as a songwriter because I just really appreciate all genres. So
R.I.P. to the Queen. Um,
yes, oh,
it's very,
oh,
very devastating
mm,
that
yes, never be another voice like that. Never be another person like that. She was amazing.
basically a musical treasure.
Yes,
Um, my my
absolutely.
my parents listened to them back back in my age, and they pretty much passed it on to me and my sisters,
Uh huh.
and they were clearly influenced and inspired by Aretha, woman empowerment, quite
Absolutely.
quite
Yes.
the soundtrack for them, and respect. That was not just a song; that was an anthem for women
Yes.
around the world. You have a song when many years after it was released, you still hear it on TV shows, you still hear it in movies, you hear it in
hmm
all phases of entertainment, pretty much. So you
Absolutely.
you,
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know,
she just she inspired everybody. I mean, even kids today
yeah,
that are getting their music from YouTube and video games, they know Aretha Franklin
yeah.
and they respect her. She was just a force of nature.
So I
You
got
can't talk to anybody that
yeah,
wasn't influenced by her voice or her sound or her just attitude. She was amazing.
absolutely. I got a chance to play one of your songs from earlier. One of the songs
Hmm.
that I played was "Over My Head."
Uh
Um,
huh.
quite the title. um, so yeah, so let's talk about that song in particular. What was it like writing it, having it recorded, and what's it all about?
That song is, you hear songwriters talk about songs that are just kind of whispered in their ears, that the ones that are just easy and they're just hanging on and writing it down. That was one of those. It wasn't one I had to labor over. It just came to me, and I literally wrote it down in like 5 minutes. And recording it, I love being in the studio. So recording it was an amazing process, and just getting to get in there and just put it down. And It's actually, growing up where I grew up, there wasn't a whole lot to do. We lived on a dead-end dirt road next to a creek, so we had a pretty cool swimming spot, and it was just, that's what we did. You'd put a rope in a tree, and you'd fly out in the middle of the creek and drop in, So that's kind of where the first verse came from, was, that. And then, just when people say they're over their head, it's things that they do that they maybe weren't quite ready for. And that's how the rest of the song just kind of developed, just out of just, just real life. And that song, it's actually one of my daughter's favorite songs. So I'm proud that it reached a younger generation too. They kind of connected with it. So
you must be one proud mama having your daughter singing that song and just liking that song. You
absolutely.
So and that's a song right there that I think that's relatable to everybody. Obviously, everybody's over their head over something.
Yeah.
Trying to take on.
We've all been young once, for sure.
So we all took on challenges, and then we look back at it and said, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. But the good thing about, as you get older, you get wiser, and hopefully people don't make, hopefully for most, you don't make the same mistake twice.
Absolutely.
So what else you have in store in the coming months as we approach the fall season?
I've got so many great writing things set up, and I've done music for the past probably 20 years, and that's been my main profession. And when I moved here, I wanted to take a year off from performing as an artist and just focus on songwriting. And doing that, I signed a publishing deal, and I've been able to connect with some really, really great writers who have already had a lot of success. And, one of my first writers that I got to write with was Max Barnes, and he's huge in the country world. He's had probably 20 number one hits, and his dad before him had up in the 50s number one hits in country music, and he was the first guy that I got to co-write with. And so I feel like I got to start at the top, and usually as a songwriter you're working your way up, and I got to meet all these incredible people, and people that already know the business and can guide me, and so that I just feel surrounded by such a great community of writers. And since moving here, I've got a song that was picked up to be in a movie, and that was one that I wrote with Max. And now that I've kind of taken a year off, I'm ready to start up the artist thing again and start really writing songs that I can sing and put out there with my voice, And
so, like you said earlier, you're originally from Alabama. You now live in Tennessee, nearby Nashville, which is obviously the mecca of country music.
Yeah.
And, I love using this saying, like when you live nearby Nashville and you're an artist, you go to a grocery store, you probably run into a singer-songwriter and you may not even know it.
Absolutely. Our joke here is it's required to live here. You have to write songs and sing if you live here. So.
Pretty much. It's Music City. That's just what it is.
It is.
If you live in Nashville and you ain't got any form of music tendencies, well, it's not. It's not that big of a sports city. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So. For you living there, how has it been living there, being with artists, interacting with people? How have they received you since you've been there?
It's really been amazing because in Alabama, the saying when you're coming from a small town and going into Nashville is, you're a big fish in a little pond in your small town, but when you get to Nashville, you'll be a little fish in a big pond. But I came into it thinking I was going to be, just so overwhelmed and kind of put in my place, but it's really been the opposite. People have really been embracing me, and encouraging me and, talking about how well I play guitar and how well I sing. It's a very welcoming feeling. And, instead of feeling intimidated, I feel embraced by the city, like this is where I'm supposed to be, and I really feel that when I go out and play and have people react in such a positive way. So.
Very, very true. Before I let you go, Kelli, why don't you go ahead, promote your social media feeds, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and where can people hear your music?
You can find me on my Instagram and Twitter is the Kelli Johnson, THE, and it's Kelli with an I and no E. And my website is also thekellijohnson.com, and from there you can get to YouTube or Facebook or wherever you need to. I've got all those links available there on my website. So.
Oh, yeah, Kelli can be spelled in quite a variety of ways.
It sure can, yes.
There's Kelly. That's the original Kelli. And then there's the Kellie or Kelle, but in your case you spell Kelli.
Yeah, so that's right. Yeah,
that's interesting. That's got to be one of those things that when you're named on a poster for a show, you definitely want to make sure you get that first name right. Make sure you get it.
Definitely, yeah.
But it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for being on the show. Continue
Thank
success.
you, Danny. I've enjoyed talking with you.
Great chatting with you as well, and look forward to hearing more from you in the future musically.